Ever since the woman saw the ghost and learned of her past life's evil deeds, she has been frightened out of her mind. Rescued, Anna suffers from aphasia. She closed herself off, like a living dead person without a soul. When Mike comes downstairs, her stepmother had eaten and drunk in the morning, and asked her to come to dinner, when the steak wouldn't cut. And when she couldn't cut the steak, the woman was furious, grabbed the steak and shoved it into her mouth. Mike is confused. Meanwhile, the woman reveals that Annie was pretending to be a daughter with Jack, and drove Anna to suicide by taking poison. As a result, the two are the subject of a public outcry. Jack has offered Anna's company financial support as a condition, Anna to come out and make a statement, but the woman said her daughter was living in pain every day. All she wants to do is avenge her daughter's death. Jack sees the woman's obstinacy and leaves, but Annie goes to her mother to explain. But Jack's mother would not accept Annie as her daughter-in-law, because her Choi family has become the laughingstock of the world. Annie said she would try to make things right, but Jack's mother said she didn't need to, because she had decided to leave the house. The next day, Annie's hotel was found out by the internet. A large number of journalists blocked the door to interview her. Some overzealous women throw eggs at Annie. That's when Jack arrives. He drove his car through the crowd, warning the crowd that they would be held accountable. Annie was then told to close the shop, but she didn't want to be seen as weak by running away. That day Annie came to visit Anna. Anna made Annie feel guilty, because her love had hurt everyone around her. She told her grandmother to go back to live in the country. She didn't want others to suffer because of her own happiness. She shed tears when she spoke to Jack. Unbeknownst to her, Jack made her sing herself to sleep, unaware that this was the last time he would speak to Annie. The next day, he arrives at the shop with only a parting letter from Annie. At that moment Anna also received a message from Annie. He hopes that his departure will bring her happiness back. Anna seems to have come to her senses. She finds her mother and tells her to give up. The woman sees her kind daughter. The woman sees her kind-hearted daughter and thinks it's Annie. She grabbed her by the neck. When she was freed, she hugged Anna again, says she's mistaken for someone else. Suddenly she thought she was Amy again. She was so frightened that she retreated. She took her mother to a psychiatric hospital. On the other hand, Jack sends a search party back to Annie's home, but still no luck. Annie was actually Lily in a previous life. She had a strong friendship with Amy. She even saved her baby in the nick of time. So Amy decides to repay her kindness in the next life. In the countryside, Annie rubbed her bumpy belly with great anticipation. Then Amy, dressed in a white dress, suddenly appeared.
Good